Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
But you can just do the same thing. Keep on doing it.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Just keep on repeating the same thing, don't worry. Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
You can end if you want.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah, now, yeah.
him he has to introduce. Oh, there's another. Oh, there's Bhakta Mike. That's all right.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, we welcome you all. Today we have among us His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu. How many of you know Dina Bandhu Prabhu? Almost all of you. So, Prabhuji is coming all the way from Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki. So, Prabhuji was born in Los Angeles, California. He joined Krishna Consciousness Movement in Boulder, Colorado, 1969. He was the first devotee to join the temple. And the following year, in 1970, he first met Srila Prabhupada, and he got initiated also in Los Angeles. So then, after getting initiated, his first seva was he opened the first temple in Dallas, Texas. How many of you have been to Dallas and seen Radha Kalachandji? A few of you, okay. And then he was the president of Portland Temple from 1972 to 1978. In 1980, he moved to Colombia, where he preached Krishna consciousness in the language Spanish. 1984, Prabhuji moved to Sri Vrindavan Dham. Actually, he was visiting, but it happened to be his permanent visit. So he's staying in Vrindavan for 41 years. Actually, he's coming to US after 7 years. It's a long time. The reason is that actually he was working on this book. He was working on this Govardhan book, which you can get today. So 1984, he moved to Vrindavan. 1986, he was appointed the president of Krishna Balaram Temple, and he did that service for 3.5 years. Around 1988, Baba Madhav Das approached him to take over the restoration project of, any guess? Vrindakund. Have anyone been to Vrindakund? It's a beautiful temple. So in 2003, a beautiful carved stone temple of Srimati Vrindadevi was inaugurated in Vrindakund, which Prabhuji maintained for over 30 years actually. So he started taking people out on parikrama since when he was a president. And
before that, actually.
Before that.
Since I was there.
Yeah, so this will change. So everybody knows that whoever comes to Vrindavan, he takes them out. Amongst various other significant projects of Vrindavan, in Vrindavan, he helped restoring the Samadhi Mandir of Srila Sanatana Goswami. So please let us welcome His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu by loudly chanting Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. His Grace Dina Bandhu Prabhu ki, Srila Prabhupada ki.
Jai. So we're very honored and very pleased to be here at the wonderful lotus feet of Sri Baladev, Subhadra and Sri Jagannath, and Sri C. Gaurnitai. Any special name, Gaurnitai? Gaurnitai. And to be here with all the devotees from Napierville Yatra is a very great pleasure for us. So tonight we're going to take you to Vrindavan without ticket, no visa, no security check. So we have very sweet Brishvasa Bhajan we'll start with, just to put us in the mood. So if you have your devices and you're getting signal, then first thing, please put them on silent, because these little babies have a bad habit of crying in the middle of the katha. And then you can look up Braja Jana Mana. Braja Jana Mana. Sri Radhe Brajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Chama Cham Radhe Sri Radhe Brajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Murmukutta makara krita kundala gale vaijanti mala. Chalananupura rasala Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Charananupura rasa Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Sri Radhe Prajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Sundara Badana Kamaladala Lochana Banki Chittavana Hari. Sundara Badana Kamaladala Lochana Banki Chittavana Hari. Mohana Bamsi Bihari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Sri Radhe Prajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Vrindavan mein denu charave gopi jana manahari. Vrindavan gopi jana manahari. Sri Govardhana Dari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Sri Govardhana Dari Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Oh Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham, Radhe Sham. Sri Radhe Prajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Radha Krishna Miliya Vado Gaura Rupa Avatari. Radha Krishna Miliya Vado Gaura Rupa Avatari. Kirtana Dharma Prachari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Kirtana Jaya. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Shri Radhe Brajajana Manasukakari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. तुम बिना मेरे और न कोई नाम रूप अवतारी. तुम बिना मेरे और न कोई नाम रूप अवतारी. चरणन हम बलिहारी Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Charanana me barihar. Narayana Balihari Radhe Shama Shama Shama. Narayana Balihari. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Oh Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. So this sweet little bhajan just takes us straight to Braj. Brajajana Mana Sukha Kari. Brajajan means the residents of Braj. Just like you're all the Napier Mill Jan. No, you're Vaishnavas, you're Bhaktajan. So Brajajan means the residents of Braj. And man means the heart. And Sukhakari means who delights. So who is it that delights the hearts of all the Brajvasis? Radhe Shyam, Shama Shyam. And Krishna says, our song says, Vrindavan me Denu Charavi. We know Denu means cow. Krishna is herding the cows. And seeing him herding the cows, Gopi Jana Mana Hari. All the hearts of the gopis are stolen away. Sri Govardhanadhari, who's lifting that Govardhan hill on his little finger. So this is a very sweet little Braj bhajan. Om Agyana Timirandasya Gananjana Shalakaya Chaksurum Militam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Jena Bhutale Sayam Rupa Kadamayam Dharati Swaparantikam. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Panchakalpatrubhyascha kripa sindhu vevacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. So I was thinking about what pastime of Prabhupada I would tell today. So Prabhuji was mentioning that I first joined in Boulder, Colorado in 1969. And actually I first met Prabhupada through his books, Bhagavad Gita Yatharup. Because all the young people at the time, we were searching for the meaning of life. We had so many things. We had cars, we had nice houses, we had everything very nice. But all these material facilities didn't give us any happiness. And we were wondering, what is the purpose of life? Just drive downtown in the traffic every day and go upstairs to the 44th floor and live in some tiny cubicle all day and then come back down and drive back out to the suburbs and then die. Was it? So we were searching for the meaning of life. So there in Bhagavad Gita, Prabhupada answered all those questions that were bouncing around our hearts. So finally Prabhupada came to LA, so they sent me to LA to be initiated. And that time the temple was on La Cienega Boulevard. Now it's on Huasteca Avenue. For many, many years it's there. And but there was an old church on La Cienega Boulevard that we had converted into a temple, just like you guys have done here. So, but in that place it was small and there was no place for Prabhupada to stay, so he stayed in some flat nearby. He came in the morning, he took darshan of the deities, then he would give Bhagavatam class. Then after Bhagavatam class, you see those nice pictures of Prabhupada with his thumb like this and holding the strap of the gong around his tongue and his thumb. And then we would have kirtan, Nam Kirtan for 5 or 6 minutes. We don't do that anymore, but that's the way we do Bhagavatam class, then Nam Sankirtan, 5 or 6 minutes. And then Prabhupada would go back to his flat and work on his translations. So we were driving from Boulder, so we arrived afternoon. So Prabhupada had already gone back to his flat, so we weren't going to see Prabhupada till the next day. But that particular day was Saturday. So Saturday, LA Temple, everyone used to go down to either Sunset Boulevard or Hollywood Boulevard and do Harinam all evening. When I joined, there was no such thing as Mangalartik. We would stay out to even sometimes weekends, especially past midnight. So we all went down to, that night we went to Hollywood Boulevard. Now here in America, if chanting God's names on the street is your religion, then the police can't stop you for that. But if you block traffic, then they'll get you on that one. So on Hollywood Boulevard, there was a place where the building came down like this, and then there was a restaurant, and the entrance of the restaurant was set in a big triangle like that. The building came down like this, but then it went inside, and there was this big triangle up to the doorway. And that restaurant was known as Diamond Jim's. So we would chant on the edge of the sidewalk with our backs to the street, and devotees would push everyone into that triangular area, and we kept the sidewalk clear, and the police were happy, we were happy. Only Diamond Jim was very unhappy. He was a big mafia. He threatened Gargamuni to kill him. But anyway, there was a wonderful devotee who used to lead the kirtan all day in downtown LA and then all night in Hollywood Boulevard or Sunset Boulevard. Wonderful devotee. That time he wasn't Maharaj, Vishnu Jan. And he would have us with our right on the edge of the sidewalk with our backs to the street in a half circle like this. He said, just like Krishna's eye. And we have men on this side and men on this side, and we keep the women in the middle protected from, because you never know what's going to happen on Hollywood with so many crazy people there. And then he would stand at the very end. He can see the street, he can see the sidewalk. And he used to dance while he played mridanga, looked like he was floating. And you've seen people with tape on their fingers. He had pieces of tile underneath the tape on his fingers. So he played all day and all night. Even had a special Hollywood melody for us. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We even had part B. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And Vishnu John had such a voice, even Prabhupada said, he will chant his way back to Goloka. And he would chant with great speed. He would tell us, we don't want to leave any gaps for Maya to enter. So he was chanting away and we were jumping up and down and dancing back and forth. And all of a sudden, Vishnu John's eyes got very big. And he said, Prabhupada. And he hit the sidewalk. Now we were facing this way. We didn't see anything in front of us that would make him do like that. So something must have happened behind us. And I told this story in Vrindavan one time. Gargamuni was there. He said, yes, that night Prabhupada asked me to take him down to Hollywood Boulevard so he could see how his disciples were pushing on Lord Chaitanya's Sankirtan movement in this horrible place called Hollywood. Just that night. So Vishnu John hit the street, so we didn't see anything in front of us. We turned around, and now you know how old I am. Prabhupada was in a Ford Admiral. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of a Ford Admiral. Now you know how old I am. It was a mid-sized Ford car, and Prabhupada had his hand in his bead bag, and the pure devotee was making pranams to us. He was in the window of the car. We could see him making pranams to us. And we just wanted to pull up the sidewalk and crawl underneath. We were embarrassed, How can a pure devotee make pranams to us, We were the type of people that we crashed Yamaraj's hard drive, So we couldn't do anything except fall on the streets, But it was so amazing. Prabhupada was so grateful. He was so grateful that we were pushing on the Sankirtan movement in this horrible place, that Prabhupada was making pranams to us. Prabhupada was so humble and he was so grateful to the devotees. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. So last night we met somebody named Manasi Ganga. Is she here tonight? No, that's too bad. Because that reminded us of a wonderful pastime. Many, many pastimes, actually. Manasi Ganga is filled with wonderful pastimes. Because in the middle of Govardhan town, we all know Govardhan Hill, but right in the, almost a little off-center, there's a town of Govardhan. In the middle of the town, there's this beautiful lake called Manasi Ganga. And what happened was, one time Krishna killed one demon named Vatsasur, who came in the form of a loudly calf. Oh, you got it right. Huh? Everybody says cow, but no, it was calf. Huh? Just like you remember when the Mahabharata was running on TV, they talked very sophisticated Hindi. They always have butts when they would talk to young person. Because when you see a young person, just like when you see a calf, Vatsalya Ras, so the young people, we always, butts? So he killed Vatsasur, who's in the form of a calf. So then the cowherd boy said, we're not going to play with you. You did a big pop. You did a big sin. What sin did I do? You killed that Vatsasura? He was in the form of a calf. So Krishna said, what do I have to do to get free from this sin? And so all the cowherd boys, they consulted one another, said, you will have to take bath in Ganga. And Krishna said, Are, Ganga is very far away from here. How can I be away from you guys for so long? I will bring Ganga here by my meditation. So Krishna sat down there in the middle of Govardhan town. Of course, there was no town there at that time. It was just a hill. And by his manasa, by his mind, Ganga appeared there. So that is known as, because it appeared from Krishna's manas, from his mind, it became known as Manasi Ganga. So this beautiful, very large lake is there, Manasi Ganga. And Krishna took his bath, and then the cowherd boys were happy to play with him again. So one time, shortly after this, Nandalala, he saw that Ma Yasoda was making all kinds of funny bhojan. Not the regular rice, dal, chapati, and sabji. She was making all fried things, like little noodles we call sev, and little cracker-like things we call matri, all types of fried things she was making. So Lala came there and said, Maya, what kind of funny bhojan are you making today? Ye kis prakar ka vichitra bhojan bana rahi hai aaj, Maya? And Mother Yasoda said, Lala, we're going to Ganga. And Lala said, where is that? You go ask your Baba. I'm busy cooking. You go ask your Baba. So he went to Nanda Baba. Baba, where are we going? Where are we going? Because Mother Yasoda explained, it's far away from here, so these things are all fried in ghee. They will last for a long time. So we'll take them along the way. Because still today in Bharat, there's many people that won't eat things cooked outside of the house. Of course, it's becoming less and less. Otherwise, we wouldn't hear all the racket on the train. Kela, banana, kela, banana. Save, apple, save, apple. Sandri, orange, sandri. Time pass, kelipina. Garam, singara. Chai. So Lala said, Baba, why are we going to Ganga? He said, Baba, last night Sandili Rishi came. He was telling us the glories of Ganga. You just like Vasudeva and Devaki have their guru, Garga Rishi, in Mathura. Nanda Baba and Yasoda, their guru is Sandili Rishi, the disciple of Garga Rishi. So Sandili Rishi was describing the glories of Ganga. He said that Ganga is so purifying. He said one time there was a big black snake, cobra, lived on the bank of the Ganga. He had his hole. He was coming and going from his hole. And one time he came out of his hole, and who was flying overhead? You know? Garuda. Garuda likes to eat snakes. So Garuda swept down, he grabbed that snake with his talons, and he took him up in the air, and as he left his body, his tail fell downwards, and the tip of his tail touched Ganga. Immediately he took on a four-arm form. And Garuda was so surprised, somebody looks just like his master, he put him on his shoulders and took him back to Vaikuntha in the self-same body. So therefore, we got desire to go take bath in Ganga. But Baba, Ganga's not so far away, it's just here on the side of Govardhan. Are Lala, now what are you talking? No, Baba, it's there, come Baba. He took Nanda Baba by the finger. Come Baba. Because we read only after a long time Nanda and Yasoda got Lala as their child. Because we read in Radhakrishna Gano Desadipika, that Nanda Baba has a salt and pepper beard. Just like all my pepper's gone, only the salt is there. And Mother Yashoda even has some gray hairs are coming. So Nanda Baba, he's almost like the grandfather of Krishna. And we know the relation between grandfather and grandson, that is really sweet. So he just took Nanda Baba by the finger. Come Baba, come Baba, come Baba. So Nanda Baba and all the Brishvasis, they went to Govardhan, and he showed in this big lake in the middle of the hill. And Nanda Baba said, Are Lala, how do we know this is Ganga? Just at that moment, Ganga personified appeared riding on a alligator. Well, crocodiles, we should say. Anyway, there's no such thing as in America, muggermuch. He was riding on a muggermuch. And Jamuna rides on? Anybody knows? Jamuna rides on a turtle. You'll always see Jamuna ride. If you see a picture of Jamuna, her Vahan is a turtle. So anyway, she appeared there riding on her muggermuch, and she told Baba that, Baba, this Ganga is created from Krishna's mind, Manasa. So this is Manasi Ganga. And because it's created by Krishna's mind, it is 100 times more purifying than that other Ganga. And all the Brishvasis were astonished. They were shocked to hear this thing. So they didn't have to go far away. They all took their bath there inside of Govardhan. And they would always come there to take their baths. But they go so far away. And at that time, Manasi Ganga was actually a flowing river. And one time, Radharani and all the gopis, they came there with their butter, milk, and yogurt, and ghee, big pots on their heads. And we sing one song sometimes. What is that? And one of the names of Radharani in that song is Hamsa Gamani. Gamani means manner of walking, and Hams means swan. Now, I lived in Bharat for more than 40 years. I never saw Hans. Although all our scriptures is filled, Paramahams, Hamsavahan, so many, everything is Hams. Even the Brishvasis, in Brishvasa language, what we call a space case, the Brishvasis call, Paramahams. So where did I finally see Hamsas? When we were in Switzerland, where all the money that Modi would like to get back to India is hiding. And when we do Sankirtan on the lake, so many swans are there. So I don't know if you've ever seen a swan walk, but they walk like this. And Raghunath Das Goswami, he describes that the tinkling of Radharani's ankle bells is just like a spray, not a spray, mist of tiny, tiny nectar droplets being sprinkled on all beings moving and not moving. Ching, 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 ching. So Radharani and all the Sakhis come down with their big pots of yogurt, milk, dahi and ghee. And they wanted to get to the other side of the river. So Radharani told Lalita Sakhi, please find a boatman to take us to the other side. So Lalita Sakhi, she went all up and down the banks of the Ganga. She couldn't find any boatman. Finally, she saw one boatman was there with his blanket over his head and he was sleeping. Oh, boatman, please take us across the Ganga. Opened his blanket a little bit. He took one look. He said, look, my boat is very old and leaky. You girls are too many. And besides, your cargo is very, very heavy. You find somebody else. I'm sleeping. Boatman, but there's nobody else. We looked all up and down the bank of the Ganga. So the boatman said, all right, let me discuss it with my boat. And the gopis... And Lita Saki, we never heard of a talking boat. And the boatman leaned over to his boat. He says he'll go if I wash the feet of one of you girls and sprinkle it on him. Which one? He says the one who's the daughter of Brispanu. Brispanu Nandini. Radharai said, no way. It's all right that I'm going back to sleep. Okay. All right. So then the boatman very carefully washed Radharani's feet. He caught the water. He sprinkled on his head, on his boat, on the land, everywhere and everyone. And all the gopis got in his boat. And he began to row. And he was rowing in the middle of the Ganga. And suddenly wind began to blow. Big black clouds appeared and wind began to blow. It began to rain and big waves were coming. And our boatman, he pulled out the cork in the bottom of his boat. Boop! And water was coming in and waves are coming. And Radharani told Lalita Saki, please tell this boatman to save us. So Lalita Saki went there, boatman, please save us, please save us. But I told you from the beginning, my boat is very old and leaky. And you girls are too many. And your cargo is too heavy. If you don't throw all this buttermilk and yogurt overboard, we're all going to drown. So all the gopis, they threw all their pots of buttermilk and yogurt and ghee into the Ganga. And still wind is blowing, waves are coming, water is coming, rain is coming. So Radharani told Lalita, please tell this boatman to save us. So she went back. So boatman, please save us. But I told you from the beginning, you girls are too many. My boat is old and leaky. And besides, you're all wearing such heavy jewelry. If you don't throw all of this gold and silver and pearl and diamond and ruby and emerald, everything overboard, we're all going to drown. So the gopis, they took off all their earrings and bangles and necklaces and everything and threw it, and their ankle bells, threw it into the Ganga. And still boat is rocking. And our boatman, he's making the boat rock, he's rowing in such a way that it's rocking even more. Again, Lalita Saki, Radharani sent Lalita Saki. Lalita Saki said, boatman, please save us. But I told you from the beginning, my boat is old and leaky. You girls are too many. And besides, you're wearing such heavy saris. If you don't throw all these saris overboard, we're all going to drown. Lalita Saki said, we got a better idea. We're going to throw you overboard. So then Radharani came running and she threw herself around that boatman's neck. She put her arms around his neck and she's hanging just like a necklace on our boatman. It's a boatman, please don't make us do this. Please save us, please save us. But meanwhile, she felt something underneath that boatman's blanket, very hard. And she pulled out Krishna's flute. Then they pulled that blanket off, they unmasked Krishna, the clouds went away, the wind stopped, the Ganga became very calm. Krishna put the cork back, and they had beautiful pastimes all floating around the Ganga, Manasi Ganga. Like this, millions and millions of pastimes are going on in the side of Manasi Ganga. Yeah. And in one corner, you'll see there's a big tall temple. It goes out into the Ganga. A big tall temple is there. When I first went there wasn't hardly any temple there at all. Now it's become quite a big area. And one fellow, Ramanriti Maharaj, there's a Ramanriti in Gokul, and there's a fellow there who's a big, huge ashram called Ramanriti of Gokul. So he built this big, tall temple there in a big place for people to take water from Ganga. He has water, big pipes with water spraying. You could take your bath without falling in the Ganga and getting swept away. So, and there's a big Shila there. And according to our Gaudiya Acharyas, this is the Mukharabind, the lotus mouth of Govardhan. And you'll see all day long. Because all around, when you enter into Govardhan town, and suddenly you come there and you see Manasi Ganga, and there's a little path. You go down to the right, and there's a big path into Manasi Ganga. And all along the sides of the path, everybody's selling milk, or at least some reasonable facsimile of milk. And please, if you go, only buy from the clay pots. Now they've started this plastic cups, which is just polluting our bread. So please don't buy the plastic cups. Take the nice clay cups. And everybody goes there, and they're just pouring. He's doing abhishek all day long. And next to that, big Shila, there's another big tall Shila. And if you look closely, you'll see the mark of Krishna's peacock feather. And so that's called Mukutmani. Mukutmani. So you can make your little offerings there and offer some milk there. Then in the evening, they decorate him very, very nicely, and it's very beautiful in the evening time. So anyway, this is Mukharavind, lotus mouth of Govardhan. Of course, Ballava Sampradaya, they accept another place near Jatipur as Mukharavind. But anyway, we sing every day, Angani Sakalindriya, whatever, all the senses of Krishna are interchangeable, so his mouth can be anywhere in Govardhan. But our Gaudiya Acharyas have told us this is the place for us to make our offerings here at this Ganga temple. And then on the opposite side, there's a small little Shiva temple called Chakleswar Mahadev. Should be Chakreswar, but the Brishbasis, they mix R's and L's around. So it becomes Chakleswar, pure Brishbasa, Chakaleswar. So this is Chakaleswar Mahadev. And if you go there, you'll see not just one, not two, not three, 5 Shiva lingas are there. And just behind the Shiva linga, it's carved in the black stone, you'll see the Giriraj Lila, Krishna lifting the Govardhan hill with his left hand, and all the cowherdmen putting their sticks. Beautiful. And then you'll see also Ganesha's there, and I can't remember what else. A whole bunch of carvings are there in the background. And a nice bell is there, everybody's banging the bell, and it's all marble, so it's all pang, 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 pang on your ears, and everybody's making their offerings there. So he's known as Chakleswar Mahadev. And that place is known as Chakratirth. Because in one of the Puranas, it's not in Bhagavatam, but in one of the Puranas it describes how when Krishna lifted the Govardhan hill, his chakra came and spun around above the hill to scatter all the water away to protect the Brishbasis. So after Krishna set the hill back, the chakra came to rest at that place, so that is known as Chakratirth, and they had this beautiful temple of Chakaleswar Mahadev. And you have to know when you're coming back, again you'll come to the town of Govardhan, and you have to know there's a little road that will take you into Chakaleswar. And you can take darshan there. And then right in front of Chakaleswar, there's a temple of, there's a Bhajan Kutir of Sanatana Goswami. Because his old age, Sanatana Goswami was staying there at Chakaleswar. Because he liked to have the association of Lord Shiva. Because we know from Srimad Bhagavatam, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. The greatest of the Vaishnavas is Lord Shiva. So in Vrindavan, he was always going all the way across. We know where Marad Mohan temple is. It's one side. And Gopeshwar Mahadev is the complete opposite side of Vrindavan. So he was walking every day there to take darshan of Gopeshwar. So Lord Shiva, out of his mercy, he appeared. If you're going on the way, when you're going down to Loy Bazaar, if you know where to look, there's a little, the road sort of goes like that, and then you enter Loy Bazaar. And if you look up, you'll see this diorama of Gajendra Moksha. You'll see Krishna with his chakra and Gajendra, holding a lotus flower in the sky, and a crocodile biting his foot, and Krishna sending his chakra. In fact, the chakra shows, it's cutting his head in half. You see the Gajendra Moksha. And there's a Shiva temple there that is called Bankandi Mahadev. Lord Shiva, that's self-manifest, that manifests, Lord Shiva manifests there, so Sanatana Goswami wouldn't have to walk so far away. So that's, because that time, now it's all bazaar, but that time it was just forest. So Kandi means area, so Bankandi, the forest, the Lord Shiva, the forest area. So that's Bankandi Mahadev. So similarly, on Govardhan, he made his bhajan kutir just next to Chakleswar Mahadev. And now, Manasi Ganga means there's water. And we know that Vrindavan most of the year is very, very hot. So heat and water means who will come? Mosquitoes. So, Sanatana Goswami was trying to do his bhajan, and the mosquitoes were bothering too much. So finally one day, he packed up all his things. He said, I can't stay here. These mosquitoes are bothering too much. So he packed up all his things to leave. Not like you guys with two big Samsonite suitcases. Lotar Kambal, Sadhuka Sambal. The only luggage of a sadhu is his kambal and his blanket and his lota. So Lotar ka kambal, Sadhu ka sambal. And he got ready to leave, and one old Brahmin came. Said, Baba, where are you going? Where are you going, Baba? And Sanatana Goswami says, I can't stay here anymore. The mosquitoes are always biting and bothering. I can't do my bhajan peacefully. I'm going to leave this place. And that old Brahmin said, oh, that's the problem. Then that old Brahmin revealed himself. He was none other than Chakleswar Mahadev. And he had taken this form to find out why Sanatana Goswami was leaving. And he was very upset that he was going to be bereft of the company of the Vaishnava. He said, oh, that's the problem. And you don't worry about a thing. I will go to the demigod in charge of mosquitoes, Machar Dev, and make him promise that no mosquitoes will ever bother you. So even today in that place, if you go there, there's a tiny little dharmshala there. Not very fancy, but it's tiny little dharmshala. But you stay there for whatever you want to give. And even to this day in that place, you won't find any mosquitoes biting you. So Sanatana Goswami's bhajan kutir is right there, up in front of Chakleswar Mahadev. And then exactly opposite, there's a beautiful temple with most charming Gornitai. Very, very enchanting Gornitai. And they're always very friendly to us. They let us, around back they have a big open space where we always take breakfast prasad when we're doing, because Sanatana Goswami, he used to take every year on the Guru Purnima, just passed. He used to take all the sadhus of Braj on Prikrama of Manasi Ganga. There's so many places just on Manasi Ganga. With the speaker of Govardhan, so many, he would take everybody on Manasi Ganga Prikrama and point out all the holy places on Manasi Ganga. So they have this beautiful Gornitai. There's very charming Gornitai. And they're always very friendly to us. They let us take prasad there. That's about breakfast time we reach there. So they have a little place in the back where we can take prasad and wash our hands. A beautiful Gornitai, and they have, since this is Sanatana Goswami's, nearby is Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir, then what Radha Krishna deities they have? It's Sanatana Goswami, right? You can't think, huh? Madan Mohan, oh, beautiful Madan Mohan deities are there. And so many places around Manasi, around Chakleshwar Mahadev also. And this, when we first started, so we decided because Sanatana Goswami was taking Prikram of Manasi Ganga, so we decided to do that. And then we discovered, when you're, where the regular Prikramambar comes through the bazaar, we found beautiful Dauji temple. Beautiful, you have to go upstairs. There's a beautiful Dauji temple there. So many things we found. And just when we complete the Prikrama, then just next to us there's a beautiful building built by, looks almost like Kusum Sarovar, because it's built also by the Maharaja Bharatpur, called Panchatirtha Kund. Very, very wonderful example of, just like Kusum Sarovar, but whole beautiful palaces there. And 3 or 4 palaces all around this lake, Panchatirth, where they say that the water of 5 different holy rivers is there. What is it? Gomti and... I can't remember. 5 different rivers of holy water is there in that. So it's called Panchatirtha Kund. And beautiful old Rajasthani building is there because the Maharaja Bharatpur, he wanted to, since it's always very crowded at Mukharavind, he wanted to have his own private bathing place. In fact, one year we also did the boat festival there. We had a boat festival there. It was a very nice place. Ordinarily, you can't get in. Somehow or other, we went all the way up to Lucknow to get permission from the Archaeological Survey of India, ASI, to give us permission to go there. So we were able to go inside and see this beautiful building and see the Kund and take some water on our heads. Very beautiful place. Actually, I heard from my older godbrothers that previously the Maharaja Bharatpur offered this place to Prabhupada before we had Krishna Balaram temple. And first he told Prabhupada that he was going to give it, and then when Prabhupada pushed him a little more, then he wanted some money under the table. So Prabhupada said, I'm a sannyasi, he's a king, he should give it. But ever since, independence, now the kings, they don't have any kingdom to tax. So all they do is they have lots and lots of property. So they sell off some property, drink all the money, sell off another property, drink all the money. So anyway, he wouldn't pay for it. He wouldn't give it to us for free. Or maybe Krishna Balaram Mandir would be there at Manasi Ganga. It's a beautiful place. So, what else is there, Manasi Ganga? Oh, that's also where one year they all came to Sanatana Goswami's Bhajan Kutir to go on Prikrama. All the sadhus came. And they were all chanting, Hari Bol, Radhe Shyam, Radhe Shyam. But no sound was coming from his kutir. And they looked inside and they saw that Sanatana Goswami has entered the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. So this is a place where Sanatana Goswami enters into the eternal pastimes of Radha and Krishna. And all the sadhus, they began to cry, Hi, hi, hi. And they took Sanatana Goswami's body, they circumambulated the whole of Vrindavan and placed him in samadhi at the lotus feet of Madan Mohan in Vrindavan. So therefore that they all shaved their heads. So we know in Hindi that's called Mundan, but in Brij Bhasa it's called Mudya. So that prikrama has become, and they all went on prikrama of Govardhan. So that prikrama on the Guru Purnima night, or Guru Purnima day, that has become Mudya Purnima. And so many, we were seeing the pictures this year, wow, so many people, you can't even get a credit card between the people. What we see, and even we don't see that much crowd on a full moon night, because full moon, there's generally everyone comes on full moon, or close by a full moon to do prikrama. And even on a full moon night, we don't see that much people. A huge crowd doing prikrama on that Guru Purnima night. Oh yeah, nearby, because the Shastra says that when one does prikrama of Govardhan, he should take bath in Manasi Ganga and take darshan of Haridev. So even if you just put some drops on your head, that's also considered bath. So we could take some water from Manasi Ganga, and then there's a little side road that goes to Haridev. And this is the one thing we changed in our book. We just reprinted our book. Is now some Brishbasi from Govardhan town, somehow he became very wealthy, and he's put domes on top of Haridev. If anybody's seen it, it's just, it's just flat like that, big imposing building. But he put these two big red domes on top of. So we have the new picture. We changed the picture of Haridev Mandir in our book, in the latest volume printing that we have. We have the whole huge domes he's put. So one time, because in the Kartik time, that's when Ras Leela takes place in Vrindavan town. Because that's why that particular area became known as Vrindavan. Because Prabhupada explains the forest of Vrindavan stretches from the municipality now known as Vrindavan, 24 miles up to Nandagam, includes Barsana and Govardhan. So it's a huge forest. It's the biggest forest. That's Vrindavan. But that particular area, the municipality that's now known as Vrindavan, is called Vrindavan because that's where Krishna's most famous Leela, Ras Leela, took place. But in the springtime Ras Leela takes place on the town of, on Govardhan. So, at one time in that Ras Leela also, Krishna disappeared from the gopis. And the gopis were running here and there and here and there, and they were calling out, Haridev, Haridev, Haridev. So Krishna manifested this beautiful form there, with his right hand raised in the sky, little finger up holding the hill. So that place became known as Haridev. And it's described that Mahaprabhu, on his prikrama of Govardhan, he took bath in Manasi Ganga, and then he went to take darshan of Haridev. And he says, it's a huge temple there. They made some huge domes on top of it now. And he was dancing in ecstasy in that Haridev Mandir. And all the Brishbasis came and they said, this appears to be our same Brajendra Nandan Sham Sundar, but now he's golden in complexion. He's not dark. He's not Sham. He's not Sham Sundar. He's Gaur Sundar. Instead of flute, now he has a sannyastic and a kamandalu. But that must be our same Brajendra Nandan Sham Sundar in this golden form. So the Brishbasis were all astounded. I also saw all the Brishbasis astounded one time because many years ago, Hema Malini came to Braj. So Gopal Krishna Maharaj told me, you take her on prikrama. So she tried, she put her sari over her head, or veil over her head, and she had her little video camera, and she was always, trying to hide behind it. But everybody figured it out anyway. So when we went to take darshan of Haridev, it was just like Krishna entering Dwarka, All the Brishbasis were out on their balconies and the sides of the road. And she said from that prikrama, I took her around so many places in Braj, then she got some desire to do some service in Braj. So they asked her to become stand as the MP from Mathura. So she's trying to do some service for our Braj that way. And she did some service here, for our Naperville. So anyway, that was the other time I saw the Brishvasis, all astounded. So this beautiful deity is there of Haridev. So we always have a big kirtan because Mahaprabhu was dancing in that temple room before Haridev. So it's a very special place. Sometimes the pujaris, depends on who's pujari that day. Sometimes they'll let you take pictures, sometimes they won't let you take pictures. Sometimes you just have to talk sweetly and have to offer them nice dakshina and you can take picture. But we always do nice kirtan in that place. And we see that deity, reminds us of special verse of Lord Chaitanya that he sang when he saw Gopal. At one time he got darshan of Gopal in Gantoligram. That's a whole other story. But anyway, he quoted very beautiful. It was fun because I found this verse in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and I realized that I was always reading the same verse in English in the Nectar of Devotion, but this is a Sanskrit. Bhamas tamara sakshasya bhuja danda supattuva krida kandukatam jena nito govardhano giri. Bhama, we know, means left. Bhamas tamara sakshasya. Tamaras is another Sanskrit word for lotus, just like we know Kamal and Padma. Tamaras also means lotus. And Aksha means eye. So Tamaras Sakshasya. By Sunday they all came, two A's together. So Sakshasya. Bhamas Tamaras Sakshasya. He's got beautiful lotus petal eyes. Bhuja Danda Sapattuva. And his bhuja, his arm is lifted up. Bhamas Tamaras Sakshasya. Bhuja Danda Sapattuva. Krida Kandukatam Jena Nito Govardhano Giri. With his left hand, he lifted that, just like a Plato. Krida means play. Just like a Plato, he lifted. So, Bhuja Danda Sapatuva means, may that left hand of the lotus-eyed Lord Krishna, who lifted Govardhan just like a play toy, always bless and protect you. If you remember in Nectar Devotion, there's somewhere that translation is there, but this in Chaitanya Charitamrita you can get the Sanskrit. Bhamas tamara sakshasya bhuja danda sapattuva krida kandukatam jena nito govardhano giri. So as soon as you see that deity, immediately this verse comes to the heart. So we have big kirtan there. And used to have steps that were just like, they were Dwapar Yuga steps, I think. And always praying that somehow or other, because we're not getting any younger and those steps seem to get taller and taller. But anyway, I guess it was Braj Vikas Trust. They formed a trust to fix up many places around Braj, and they put nice grandpa steps and fixed up the temple quite a bit. And now somebody's put big domes on top. It's very nice. And then if you know where to go when you're coming down, then there's a little left turn you make, and you come down to Brahmakund. Nice little kundas. And also the government, that used to be just completely broken down and filled with all green and everything. But government has made nice steps and nice ghats and fixed it up very nicely and cleaned up the kund. Very beautiful places there. So one time, one old Brishvasi in Mathura, one Chobe, because many of the Brahmins in Mathura are called Chaturvedis, but in Brishvasa we say Chobe. So I forgot what his name was. He was very old Chobe, but he did lots and lots of research about Krishna's pastimes in Braj. So he told me, I'm sure he's no longer in this world, but this was many years ago, he told me this story, that one time Krishna and Balaram and all the cowherd boys were We're at Govardhan Hill at Manasi Ganga, and they were taking prasad. And he saw Krishna was taking a bite of his laddu and saying to Madhamangal, "Hey, Madhi, hey, Batuka, taste, see what nice laddu Mahima Soda made," And he was thinking that I was such a fool, I saw this before and I was such a fool, but actually, just like all of us, every day we offer our food to Krishna, right? If you're not, you can learn from the older devotees here how to offer your food to Krishna. Because Prabhupada says this is a kitchen religion. So, but we ever saw our deities eat? We have faith. Prabhupada told us, you put tulsi leaf, you say the prayers, and Krishna, just by hearing your prayers, he eats, but we never saw him eat. But we accepted it as prasadam. But right in front of, Madhamangal's eyes, Krishna's taking a bite of his laddu and handing it to Madhamangal. That was the real Maha Prasad, right? You saw Krishna eat it, and then you got taste that Maha Prasad. But Brahma, he's big Brahma, so he can't go and, give me a piece of your laddu. So he thought he would be clever. He said, well, after eating, they'll come here to this kund to wash their hands, and I'll take the form of a fish. And when the remnants come off of Krishna's hand, I'll get them. But we know Krishna's in everybody's heart. He knows what you're thinking. So he knew Madhamangal was thinking like this, with his clean... Brahma, excuse me. He knew Brahma was thinking like this, so with his clean hand, he scooped some water out and washed his hand over the ground. Because if you want to get Braja Prem, then you have to follow the residents of Braj. And we're very fortunate. We have the most dear resident of Braj, Srila Prabhupada, because he's put Vrindavan on the map. So we can't, because Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita that person who spreads this knowledge, there's never be one more, he's most dear to me and never will be the one more dear to me. So Prabhupada, because when I joined Krishna Balaram Mandir, and sometimes we would be preaching and we talk about Vrindavan. Oh, you mean in Vrindavan Gardens in Mysore? No, near Mathura. Oh, Madurai. No, just south of Delhi a little ways, Mathura. But now Vrindavan is on the map, by Prabhupada's mercy. So we're very fortunate. We just follow the path chalked out by Prabhupada. And even though Brahma, he couldn't get that laddu from Krishna's mouth, we'll get that laddu. We just follow Prabhupada's path. So this way, there's so many enchanting places all around Manasi Ganga. Anything I missed? In Manasi Ganga? Oh yeah, I told that we were doing Prikrama, and just between the shops we saw this little doorway. We went inside and we went upstairs. And beautiful temple of Dauji's there. Shamsundar, something. Well, it's the same area, Shakleshwar area. So, beautiful temple of Radha Shamsundar is there also near Shakleshwar Mahadev. Yeah, there's one Manasi, also just near Brahmakund, there's one Mansi Devi temple. Who's the goddess of Manasi Ganga. Anyway, Manasi Ganga is a very, very enchanting place. And we're very happy that we added that into our Prikrama schedule, one day Prikrama of just doing Prikrama Manasi Ganga. What is that special temple of Hanuman we saw? Yeah. Just before there's a little doorway out to the Prikrama. But what was special about it? I can't remember. Anyway, we found a special Hanuman temple there also. And anyway, it's a fascinating place. So what time is it? Okay, so we should put our voice to rest here. If anybody has any questions, we'll try to answer your queries.
Thank you, Prabhu. I was wondering about Lord Shiva. His presence is everywhere in Vrindavan. So it's not just in one place, right? Mahadev is everywhere, especially even in Mayapur, even in he's the Kshetra Palak or something.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, in Braj we have 5 special. One is, of course, in our Vrindavan we just mentioned Gopeshwar Mahadev. Then in Govardhan is Chakleshwar Mahadev, and in Mathura is Bhuteshwar Mahadev. And there's even a train station, Bhuteshwar train station also is there. And in Kamivan is Kameshwar Mahadev, and in Nandagram we have Nandeshwar Mahadev.
So do we need to get blessings of Mahadev first to get into Vrindavan, or is it?
Yeah, well, we take blessings, all the blessings we can get. we're all residents of Kali Yuga, so we're very fallen. We need all the mercy we can get. One sadhu told me, he said, we'll hardly find any temple of Lord Brahma. We know a couple around, but in Barsana there's one, because that hill is incarnation Lord Brahma. Because Brahma's business is over. He created the world. Just like our parents, they brought us in the world and we just forget about them and go on our way. So Brahma has very few temples. Then Krishna, he's the boss. So our boss, we always like to keep him very nice. So there's a lot of Krishna temples. But and Lord Shiva, he's a destroyer. So our enemy, we always want to make sure we're very good. So you see, there's more temples of Lord Shiva. Underneath every tree, there's. Yeah, that's for Radhakund. Yeah, but for all of Braj, those are the 5 Digpal deities of Braj. In Radhakund also, just for the Radhakund, we have Kundeshwar Mahadev. Just as you have to go through the village, and you're just about to pop out to the side of the Kund, and there's a nice Kundeshwar Mahadev is there. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances
Hare
to
Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada and at your lotus feet. It's probably everybody knows the answer except myself. Why is that all our the gods and goddesses, the Devi and Devatas, have an animal pet? Have an animal pet like Vahan? Like, for example, you were talking about like goddess Gangaji, she has an alligator.
Yeah.
And Yamuna has a turtle.
And Krishna and Vishnu has Garuda.
Garuda, I get it. He's traveling. He has to save everybody. So, but why the every other demigods? Why all other demigods need to have of course they are entitled, but why? The reason behind? Is there some mention?
I know. I never thought about it.
Thank you, Hari Krishna.
Lord Brahma rides on a swan, and and Indra on his Airavata. And if you go to Thailand, they have these special temples. You'll see Airavata with 3 heads. Very, very astounding pictures, carvings they have.
At that time, they didn't have cars. They needed some animals above.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Yeah. And Durga's got her lion, and she's got a mouse. They all have nice vahans. We drive on these greasy, smoky things and wrap them around trees. Well, Vrindakun, in the 5th chapter of Bhakti Ratnakar, which describes how Raghava Pandit takes Srinivasa and Narottam, the 2nd generation of Vaishnavacharyas, on Prikrama Braj. And when he gets to Nandagam, he says, just see on the western side the place where Vrindadevi eternally resides and organizes all the Leelas of Braj. If you ever go to Vrindakun on 21st March or 21st September, way before sunrise you have to get there, and if you sit in the temple looking to the east, you will see the sun rise directly behind the temple tower of Nandagaon. Because 21st March and 21st September is equinox. Sun will rise directly in the east. Because we live in big cities, we don't see. But you stay at Vrindakun, you can watch. On that day, it'll come up, 21st March, it'll come up right behind the temple tower of Nandagaon. And then it'll go way over like this. And you'll see it coming up, watch it coming up in the end of the summer. June 21st, it comes up way over here. And then it comes back, and then September 21st here, and then you can't even see the sunrise because that 2-story building is there at Vrindakun. The sun is coming up behind that. Moose. We live in big cities, we don't even see the stars anymore. There's so much pollution, When I was a little kid, we you see so many stars. But sun moves back and forth like that. So that day directly, Vrindakun is directly on the western side. What does it say where Vrindadevi eternally resides? This is the eternal residence of Vrindadevi. And she organizes all the Leelas of Braj. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, he calls her the Leela Shakti. It's like we had a very, very dear god sister named Leela Shakti, who was one of the biggest book distributors in the world. She is no more, but and even her mother eventually became a disciple of Giriraj Maharaj and Forkash. So I remember, I can't remember what beautiful name he gave her. She was like 90 years old. She just disappeared many years ago. So she's the Leela Shakti of Lord Krishna. Because every day from the eastern side of the hill, there's a place called Purnamasi Gufa, Purnamasi's cave. So Purnamasi comes with Nandi Mukhi, her granddaughter, Sandipani Muni's daughter, because Purnamasi came from Ujjain. And she brought the 2 children of Sandipani Muni, Madhumangal and Nandi Mukhi with her. So she comes with Nandi Mukhi, and they sit with Vrindadevi at Vrindakun and plan out all the Leelas of Braj. It's just like we don't offer Krishna anything without tulsi leaf. So no Leelas in Braj are going on without Vrinda Devi's hand in it. Mhm. So this is such an important place. This is the Braj Leela Planning Commission. So they plan out what all will be the Leelas. Sometimes Krishna, he sneaks over and gives some suggestion. Sometimes Radharani, she sneaks over from Barsana. We have to go way around like this to get to Barsana by car. But if you go up on top of the hill, on top of Nandagang, you look, she's just a little ways south. So she comes over, she gives some suggestion what Leela should happen today. And Vrinda Devi, she's so devoted at the lotus feet of Radharani that as soon as whatever Radharani just wishes, immediately she takes that as her order and she fulfills her desire. In fact, Vrinda Devi has surrendered the whole forest because it's called Vrindavan. It's Vrinda Devi's forest. Now, of course, that town looks more like your Chicago than than forest. But it actually used to be forest. That's one of the reasons why I didn't develop Vrindakun. I underdeveloped it so that you could feel what Vrindavan should be like. So she's turned that forest over at the lotus feet of Radharani. So Radharani's become Vrindavan Ishwari. But she's appointed Vrinda Devi as the goddess of the forest of Vrindavan. So in this way, then after they make all the plans, then Vrinda Devi, she executes the plan. And she decides, she's like the supreme temple commandress of Braj. She decides where the leaders will be, who will be there, what trees will be there, what flowers they'll have, what colors they'll have, what scents will have, what birds will be there, what colors they'll have, what songs they'll sing, what other animals will be there. Everything is under her control. She's the supreme temple commandress of Braj. So she executes all the leaders. So this is such a special place. Because Prabhupada made, just like Prabhupada made Jagannath famous all over the world, so that Jagannath temple in Mayapur came to ISKCON. So we also had a hand in restoring this Vrinda Devi temple in Nandagam. Because Prabhupada made Vrinda Devi famous all over the world. I always preach to the Brajvasis, these people, they're spending more to keep Vrinda Devi, Tulsi Devi in their temples, at their houses, than you spend on your whole house. We see so many, everywhere we go, we see these beautiful Tulsi houses with heating and humidification and everything, just to keep Vrinda Devi and just to keep Tulsi Devi. We spend more than you spent on your whole house. We're spending these people are spending for Vrinda Devi, for Tulsi Devi. Any other questions? Yes.
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much. We hear about Srila Prabhupada, how he has brought Braja here. So we were thinking, while you're there, you're just so absorbed, and coming here, you're giving all of us a glimpse of that. Very, very grateful. Just as you're mentioning Vrindavan, it just like a city, and in one sense it's nice because of Prabhupada and all the facilities. A lot of devotees, or in general, they're getting the opportunity to connect to Vrindavan and to know and be able to understand and appreciate. On the other hand, especially for you probably, you're saying you underdeveloped Vrindavan.
Well, I just see that because we just had the 50th anniversary, so we're remembering 50 years ago when Prabhupada inaugurated Krishna Balaram Temple, the president said, why did you build your temple out there? Who will go there? So sometimes, even in the courtyard, people are just pushing and shoving. But I just feel Prabhupada's up there in Golok and he's looking down and laughing. He got the last laugh. They said, who will go there, And now it's the fashion, because it's not our devotees. If you go and you see the Mangalarti, it's not our devotees. It's become the fashion that if you're in Vrindavan overnight, then you have to go see the 4:30 Mangalarti in ISKCON. And every day we get the announcements every day. Like yesterday they distributed like 1,600 books and 13,000 plates of Kitri Prasad, and in the Samadhi Mandir they have you can chant one round of Mahamantra. They have, yesterday 1,532 people chanted one round of Mahamantra. After Mangalarti, we have another japa session. Another 153 people got japa beads and chanted one round of Hare Krishna. So it's a little bit inconvenient for us. It's become so crowded and everything, but I just see the proper. But still, so many. Brindakund is there, Terkadamba is there. So many places. I can show you a place even 150 feet away from our temple that the new Vrindavan disappears and old Vrindavan appears before you. And it's just 150 feet down toward Vrindavan town. If you know where to go. On that property there must be at least 50 tamal trees, there's kadamba trees and pilu trees and dusty path, yeah. So anyway, we have our latest book, and this is a second printing, but let's see if we can find it. There's a picture of Haridev. Okay, you show it. Lift it up. You can see on the left side, you can see the two big domes. That's one Brishvasi. He says, Haridev himself is on the right side. Actually, original Haridev has gone to some town. I probably mentioned anyway. Some town in Kanpur Dehat, in the countryside of around Kanpur somewhere. Because the original temple was built by one king of Jaipur named Bhagwan Das Singh. But the deity was taken to a place, some tiny village in the outskirts of Kanpur. And it was just tiny little temple. Worship wasn't very first class. But one disciple of Radha Govind Maharaj, he went there. He made a huge temple there and established nice worship of Haridev. It's the real Haridev you can see. When we go to Kumbh Mela, we take a little detour and go take darshan and then go on to Prayag. So anyway, we just published our latest book, Braj Leela Part 3. Part 1 and 2 are out of print right now, but they're available on Amazon anyway. And we have maybe 12 pictures in those. But since everybody loves Artabandhu, Arjun Bhattacharya's pictures so much, we have 284 color pictures in this particular volume of all the places we could find on Govardhan. And you'd be surprised because everybody comes and and there's 32 paintings also. We had to get special permission from BBT to use them. And you'd be surprised how many places there. Everybody does Olympics. They run around the hill, they see Radhakund, they see Kusum Sarovar, but there's hundreds, so many wonderful places on Govardhan. Be surprised what you're passing up. And some places we couldn't find, because Braj Bhakti Vilas mentions mantras for certain places on Govardhan, but nobody knows where those places are anymore. Even in 400-500 years, some places got lost. So now we have a visual record of whatever is known. It's in this book. So 284 color pictures, 32 color paintings, and years of research, so 530 pages of nectar. And we just ask for a small donation of $25 to take one of these books home with you. And I'm here this evening to sign it. And so, but first, oh yeah, you don't have to have cash. We can online, card, anyway, anyhow. But first we should do some nice kirtan and in the program. And since you're all tired of sitting, everybody should stand up, because this is dancing music anyway. You won't be able to sit through this anyway, so you might as well stand up. So Rohan's ready for a workout. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Pavana Radhe Tero Naam, Pavana Sri Vrindavan Dham. Pavana Radhe Tero Naam, Pavana Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Gopi, Jai Jai Gwal, Jai Jai Sada Bihari Lal. Jai Jai Gwal, Jai Jai Sada Bihari. Jai Jai Gopi, Jai Jai Gwal, Jai Jai Sada Bihari Lal. Jai Jai Gwal, Jai Jai Sada Bihari. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Govinda Govinda gaoge, prema padarata paoge. A little faster. Govinda Govinda gaoge, prema padarata paoge. Gaoge, prema padarata. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Manasi Ganga Sri Hari Dev Girivardhari ki Prikrama De. Manasi Ganga Sri Hari Dev Girivardhari ki. Manasi Ganga Sri Hari Dev Girivardhari ki Prikrama De. Manasi Ganga Sri Hari Dev Girivardhari ki. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Kunda Kunda me Charnamritale Apana Jivana Safala Kare. Kunda Kunda me Apana Jivana Safala Kare. Kunda Kunda me Charnamritale Apana Jivana Safala Kare. Jai Jai Radhe, Jai Jai Shyam, Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Dham. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hari Bol. Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Hari Bol Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo Radhe Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Haribo Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Jai Radhe Jai Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Jai Shyam Jai Jai Sri Vrindavan Ram Bolo Sri Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham Ki Revealer of the Holy Dham Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai Jai Sri Radhe आप सब लोग की हरे कृष्ण Yeah. So if anybody wants to take a copy of the book home with them, they can see Arjun Bhattacharya Bandhu, and then I'll sign it for you. Hare Krishna. And we want to see all of you in Vrindavan sometime. Although we just went there, we want you to bring you to the original one.